Folks, we need to talk about an article that Jay Parsons put out, basically highlighting rent collection in different types of assets. Some of them are proving as expected to be strong, while others are collapsing, proving tough, falling, not good. And in order to have this conversation, we're going to talk with Jonathan Twomley, who plays in this space and brought the article to my attention. So, Jonathan, what did Jay Parsons have to say?
Yeah, so Jay Parsons is someone that you all should follow if you're interested in the apartment investing space, because Jay is the chief economist at RealPage, and has access to a tremendous amount of data, like sort of live on the ground data that they're collecting day to day. And one of the things, so he's you should follow him on LinkedIn. He posts really, really good, informative posts. And one of the things that, so yesterday he posted an article that was echoed something that I was saying, sort of gave some statistical backing to something that I've said for a long time, which is the following. There has been this argument for a long time in the multifamily space that C properties, the sort of the lower end properties, do well in a recession, right? And the argument for this was, well, in a recession, people are feeling pinched, they have less money, so they want a cheaper apartment. And I have always said, this makes no sense whatsoever, right? Even though, yes, there may be people who want a cheaper apartment, and at the margins, you may have people moving to C properties. The reality is that C properties are much, much less resilient in a recession than A and B properties. And why is that? Well, because look at who the tenants are. The tenants in C properties are precisely the people who are on the front line of getting fired in a recession. It's your service workers, right? Manufacturing workers, people at the lower end, who also, on top of that, have less cushion available to them. So
Yeah.
their savings are not, a couple of years ago, there was a statistic that was thrown around that, half of the American public can't afford an unexpected $400 expense. And if you think about who those people are, well, that's your tenant base at an apartment. And in addition, in a lot of places, these apartments are in suburban areas where people need to drive.
Mm-hmm.
And if someone has to make a decision between their car payment, which gets them to work or helps them find a job if they're looking for a job, and their rent, well, the one that's going to get kind of put to the bottom of the pile, and I'll pay it when I can, is going to be rent, right? Not the car payment. So what you find is that your occupancy may be fine in C-class apartments, but your collections is a different matter, right?
Is it called effective occupancy, or what is it? What's the term?
Well, there's economic vacancy, right?
There you go.
So economic vacancy means basically you might have physical vacancy, which is somebody's living in the apartment, but they're not paying rent, right? Or you're giving concessions or whatever it is that, whenever you have vacancy, when you have uncollected rent, when you've got concessions, you've got what's called economic vacancy.